Congratulations on choosing your new WonderMill. Now you can produce your own fresh flour at home for maximum nutrition and goodness. Once you've opened the box and examined the contents, familiarise yourself with the owner's manual and particularly the important safety instructions. An overriding feature of the WonderMill is that it must be switched on before adding grain to the hopper. Before you use your mill, clean the separator cup and lid, making sure to wipe away all moisture. Snap the separator cup into position on the underside of the separator lid. Feel it snap into place. The tab's purpose is that of a guideline. The flat side of the cup should be aligned with a protruding tab on the lid to allow for maximum canister capacity. The cup does not fit over the tab. Proper placement allows the canister to fill above the rim, so be careful when removing the lid after grinding. Press the air filter into place on top of the separator lid. Snap the separator lid onto the flour canister and rotate the curved flour tube from the storage position to the operating position by turning it outward 180 degrees. Set the mill and flour canister side by side and push the tube into place in the flour outlet on the mill. For the best results on the majority of milling procedures, you'll find that the bread setting, that's between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, will give you the perfect flour and allow your mill to function at its best. In the rare case that you need a superfine flour, for example in pastry, you'll find good results by setting your texture knob in the 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock position. Make sure that when you're done milling a fine flour that you always return the texture knob to the position between 1 and 3 o'clock. This will ensure the optimum function of your mill. For large grains and beans, always make sure that your texture knob is set to the coarse setting in the 3 o'clock position. Now make sure the power cord is plugged in and turn the mill on. The first time you use your WonderMill, mill at least 2 cups of wheat or other hard grain, then discard the flour. This will eliminate any contaminants the mill may have obtained in the manufacturing process. Make sure the grain you use is clean. When the mill has finished grinding, you'll hear a noticeable change in the way the mill sounds, a higher pitch. After the hopper is empty, allow the mill to run for approximately 5 seconds. This creates a self-cleaning action in the grinding chamber. Do not continuously add grain to the hopper while the mill is running. If you do this, you'll overfill the canister. After you've finished milling and switched off the motor, unplug the power cable from the power outlet. Separate the canister from the mill by pulling the tube straight out of the flour outlet. Then you can remove the separator lid from the canister. You can use your fresh flour immediately or snap on the storage lid and use it later. We suggest that you clean your separator lid, cup and filter after each use. Simply dust off with a fine pastry brush or a paintbrush. The flour tube cannot be removed from the separator lid. Rotate it back into the storage position. The hopper and the body of the mill can be wiped clean with a damp cloth. Never immerse the mill in water and don't let water run into the grinding chamber from the hopper. Keep the storage lid on the WonderMill when it's not in use. Remember, your warranty doesn't cover any foreign object damage from plastics, metals, rocks or any other material that might get into and damage the milling heads. Proper care of your mill will help to ensure a reliable milling experience for years to come. The WonderMill will provide your family with fresh flour from most dry grains, and there's a list of what you can mill in the handbook. Never mill grains that have a high oil or moisture content, and again there's a list of what you should not mill in the handbook. Do not attempt to mill wet or damp grains. Bakers and nutritionists agree that flours from freshly milled grains are far more nourishing and have a better flavour than flours which are a few days or even weeks old, but you can find that out for yourself. Try milling several varieties like whole wheat, rye, buckwheat, rice, millet, soybeans or barley. We think you'll be delighted with the results, and we hope you'll enjoy your WonderMill for years to come.